Chris, what is our fourth main topic today?
This comes from Mr. Mister. Just got out of watching episode 4 of Moon Knight, and holy fuck, this episode was insane. This is easily the best one by far. And my God, what an ending. This episode is everything that I've wanted from the show, and it didn't even need the Moon Knight character to be amazing. I'm sure everyone here loved the episode, but just how much did you love the episode? And what is your anticipation level going into the last third of the show? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, well, first of all, that's a pretty big assumption there, Mr. Mister. But I will say this. I really did enjoy the episode a lot. Now, we're not going to talk about in spoiler terms. We're going to do an open spoiler discussion today at 5 p.m. Normally it's 4 p.m., but unfortunately I've got a scheduling conflict, so we're going to do it at 5 p.m. Los Angeles time today. Come on back. We'll talk about the episode of Moon Knight in a big open spoiler format. So we'll try to keep this without spoilers because I know some of you guys have not had a chance to watch this yet. But the first part of the episode is really an Indiana Jones adventure. And I was eating it up and I was loving it. And I love these characters so much. And they start getting into it, and then there's a mystery to start to unravel and all that kind of stuff. There was like an action sequence that I thought was really exciting and I enjoyed very much. Then there was a confrontation that happened that was like a verbal confrontation that happened that I loved that part of the episode. Like, I just thought that part was great. And then a big WTF kind of ending that actually, I don't know how to talk about that ending without giving spoilers away. So we're just going to have, you can't, except to say it's really weird. And I think opens up some interesting ideas about it there. But for me and my house and all of us who were here last night watching it, we all had a really, really good time watching this episode, although the ending was so weird and a little bit confusing. That Ray's final words of the evening was when the credits started rolling up and said, "Fuck this show," like because it so messed with them. But anyway, Rob, you had a chance to watch Moon Knight. I mean, it's difficult to talk about the episode without giving things away. But again, overall, what were your impressions of the episode last night?
Well, I find myself torn because on one hand, the Moon Knight that I fell in love with 42 years ago or whatever, this is a very different character. And this Moon Knight is weighing heavily into many different iterations of the character that are more modern. But that said, I loved this episode. It was bonkers and weird and strange. It was not unexpected to me in terms of where it wound up. But I'm very curious now, more than ever, as I've just been enjoying the ride this show has taken me on. I have no idea, John. If you ask me, what direction are they going to go? I have a bit of a theory, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to, I would spoil something, but it is pretty bonkers. And I love that it's bonkers. You know, in a way, I would say this is a good companion piece to WandaVision, if that makes any sense. But we'll see where it takes us. But I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And this episode put a big smile on my face for an hour.
By the way, I have a theory that I can't share right now, but we'll talk about on the open spoiler discussion later. I have a theory that as to why they only ever signed him for one season and why they are calling it a limited series and this will be a one-season show. I now have a theory why, but I'll talk to you about that after the show is done. Hey guys, we want to take a minute and thank the sponsor of today's video, the good folks at Keeps. Now look, you guys probably already know that 2 out of every 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they're just 35 years old. Now that's where Keeps comes in because Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors. That means the guys that use it love it. Keeps offers a simple, affordable, and stress-free way to keep your hair. It's also low cost. Treatments start as low as just $10 per month, and Keeps offers generic versions for the 2 FDA-approved medications to prevent hair loss. That means treatment plans are affordable, typically half the cost of pharmacy prices. Keeps has everything your hair needs delivered straight to your door with discreet packaging and proven results. Remember, prevention is the key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so the sooner you act, the better. When it comes to your hair, save more, spend less with Keeps. So if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to Keeps, that's KEEPS.com/Campea to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's Keeps, KEEPS.com/Campea to get your first month free. Keeps.com/Campea. Chris, did you have a chance to see this episode of Moon Knight?
I did.
If so, what was your
I watched it
overall
this morning.
impressions?
Oh my gosh, it's bonkers. Bonkers is the exact right word, Rob. Oh, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. There's a certain line of comics that I feel like this really falls in line with, right?
Yes.
Is it too much to say that author's name?
No,
Is that
you
too
could say that.
spoilery? It's very Lemire,
Yeah,
right?
it's
got a
very
very
Lemire.
Lemire vibe. There's a lot of like 1999 Mummy in this too, which is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Layla continues to just be such a badass character and is so fun to watch. The Mark and Steven dynamic just gets even more interesting in this one. And I'm so excited to see where this goes. It absolutely makes sense. This is the last episode they allowed critics to see. It absolutely makes sense.
Oh yeah. Well, like when this episode ended, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
this is why this
Now
was
I know.
as many as they let anybody see
Yeah.
before. Now everybody's in the dark.
And a shout out to Benson and Moorhead who directed this. The directing team, they made like Resolution and The Endless and Spring and Synchronic. I love these guys. And I think it was a great inspired choice to tap them to direct this show. And this episode was the perfect episode for them.
So, Aaron, has Tom started watching this yet, or has he still been too distracted? Okay, but you had a chance to watch the episode. What were your overall reactions to it? How did you enjoy it?
So the thing that I am really enjoying now, like now that I am into the story and I'm understanding the dynamic, the thing that just really shocks me every time is Oscar Isaac's performance of Mark and Steven.
Yeah.
Because it's not even just about him putting on a different dialect. Like we've seen a lot of actors, playing two roles in something, or they have a personality, whatever. Something that comes to mind immediately is Armie Hammer in The Social Network,
Which was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
I literally thought it was two. I thought they got twins. I thought it was two actors.
I totally thought so too.
When somebody first told me that was one actor, I said, no, it's not. It's two actors playing it. But no, it wasn't. It was one guy.
Right. And I agree. It was brilliant.
I mean, it was originally two guys, but then he ate the other one. So just want to put that. Sorry, too soon? Sorry, what? Sorry.
Wow.
Please keep going.
It was really good. But at the end of the day, those characters were pretty darn similar to one another. They not only looked exactly the same, they also were very similar in their cadence, in their nature, in their dynamic. And it made sense for those characters. The thing that makes Oscar Isaac's performance so incredible to me is that he's not only changing his dialect, he's not only changing just his cadence of speech, which obviously is something that a vocal coach and a dialect coach can work on with an actor, but his face looks different as Mark and Steven.
Yeah.
His body, I mean, I wonder if he worked with an Alexander technique coach or some sort of movement coach to actually come up with different ways for Mark and Steven to walk. And for an actor, that is not just two versions of the same person. It is two completely different characters. And we see a lot of actors that, you always kind of know what you're going to get when you hire that actor. And I'm not going to name any names, but they do what they do very well. And it's kind of always the same thing. The fact that Oscar Isaac in this one show is doing such polar opposite characters, to where even the way that his eyebrows move as Steven is different from the way that his eyebrows move as Mark. It really is an incredible study for anyone who is an actor or even directors who just want to dissect performance. After this is over and after I finish watching it for the story, I'm going to go back and watch this series and just watch how he created the two individual characters, because it really is a masterclass. Speaking of which, masterclass is one of our sponsors. A masterclass in one actor being multiple people.
Guys, question is for you. What did you think about last night's episode of Moon Knight? And once again, later today at 5 p.m. Los Angeles time, we'll be doing our open spoiler discussion, so we'll talk more openly about it then. But for now, we'll just talk about it in general terms. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What stood out to you the most? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.